Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and here we have our girl Zangya, right? So Zangya, I think is going to be okay. Honestly, like, when I look at her details, I'm not really blown away by what she's capable of doing. Again, I don't really know why, like, they made Bojack so similar to Cooler, but then, like, you look at Zangya and she's literally just like the Cooler's Armored Squadron as well. Like, it's like, I know people have been getting upset, like, oh, stop comparing Bojack to Cooler. It's like, dude, how can you look at it and not understand why we compare Bojack to Cooler? It's the same thing with this Zangya, right? I mean, the one thing I will say is that Space Traveling Warriors is absolutely a far superior category to Terrifying Conquerors, especially where Terrifying Conquerors was a year ago when, the Salza and the Cooler's Armored Squadron first came out. So, gonna go ahead and give Zangya the Rainbow Star and the Dokkan Awakening here. I'm gonna go ahead now and level up her links. Maybe get her links to, like the 5-ish range, and we'll test her out. I did actually recently just get the no item run done for Extreme Tech Extreme Super Battle Road. So now it's like, at least, because every single time an Extreme Tech unit or Super AGL unit comes out, I'm like going through with a fine-tooth comb, like, can you help me get it done? Like, I think Zangya could be solid in Extreme Tech, Extreme Super Battle Road, right? Because, I mean, there's just so few units, but her main, like, strength is going to be on the Space Traveling Warriors team, right? So, let me level her up, get some of her links leveled up, and we'll go ahead and test this girl out. Alright guys, we are back. We are in an event here. Of course, we are on the Space Traveling Warriors for our girl Zangya. I mean, that's because her passive is 30% attack and defense per Space Traveling Warriors category ally. Obviously, she's going to look at her best on Bojack's team. Of course, Bojack also being a support type unit, being the leader of the team, having the most links with Zangya, right? Like, this is just the way we want to use her, right? Bojack at nearly 170k defense right there, pretty good. And he is getting the double support, but so is Zangya. Zangya, obviously being at almost 200k defense, is quite good as well. That's actually pretty impressive. I mean, this is her getting, what, 210% attack and defense with 7 Space Traveling Warrior category allies on the team, right? So her attack is 13,000. That's not the greatest. It's actually 13,100 is really low. Her defense is solid, actually, though. So that does make sense. All right, well, let's see what she does. I mean, this is, pretty much as good as it gets for her turn 1. What links do we have active here? So we have the Hera Clan, Galactic Warriors, Revival, and Fierce Battle. Yeah, because Bojack doesn't have Shocking Speed, does he? The dirty little boy. Yeah, see, Bojack is really good, but he does frustrate me at the same time. Because, like, if they took, like, shitty-ass Coward off, dude, Brutal Beatdown, that's the link I would want Bojack to have over Coward, is Brutal Beatdown. Ooh, would that be sick. I know people are saying, like, oh, he's got Coward because from when he, like, kind of killed Zangya and, like, ran away from Gohan, sort of. It's like, I guess, like, well, not really, 2.12, I feel like that's pretty good. I mean, this is double support from Bojack. She does have a lot of links active. That's not bad. And she is lowering attack. Now, she has, what is this? An additional attack that's a medium chance of being a super with Bojack attacking in the same turn. So he has to be in the same turn. She's also lowering enemy attack and defense by 20%. Not for 2 turns, though. Oh, no. Girl, no. She only lowers attack for this turn? And then recovers 10% HP at the start of turn as well. Yeah, she's okay. That feels bummy to me. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that. I only just now noticed that 20% debuff she applies, it's only for 1 turn. That's not good. We've seen many characters come out nowadays. I mean, Angel Golden Frieza's one. Another one just came out recently. I can't remember who it was. Where they have that, like, they lower enemy attack on their passive, but it's for multiple turns. I think Supreme Kai and Gabito do that as well, right? Where it's a multiple turn debuff from their passive. Let me double check. Yeah, and then it becomes just the passive debuff when they fuse into Gabito Kai, right? Yeah, let me see. Yeah, attacked enemies, attack and defense minus 30% for 2 turns. Like, I look at the Supreme Kai and Kibito, and they're like 60 times better than Zangya. Like, why did they do that? I don't understand. Like, again, like, Zangya, it's like she's doing solid. Okay, now she's gonna be really, yeah, I was gonna say, so Cooler and Bojack are both giving 50% to Zangya right here, right? So she's gonna be looking really good here. The enemy Zangya is gonna lower attack, so I actually don't want to even give her an opportunity to attack or anything like that. So we'll go for Zangya. But like, dude, if she's sitting here at 200k defense, and look at Bojack, 194k defense. This is Bojack without big bad bosses. Now this is where we start getting to fuck Cooler territory. Is if Bojack is going to be over 200k defense before he super attacks. Because after he super attacks, he gets a 30% defensive increase. So then it's like, yeah, Cooler does more damage. Who gives a shit? Because Bojack has like 100k plus more defense, which is huge, right? So that's really good. But this, of course, is a ridiculous turn, right? Where Bojack, because we're fighting so many enemies, is giving 50%, and then Cooler, right, is giving Terrifying Conquerors 50% as well. 2.7. See, I would have liked that attack stat should be better. Like, that's the thing. But his defense is super good. And then, obviously, the support type buffs is very good. 2.54 for Zangya. We'll take that. We'll take that. That's a decent amount of damage, for sure. I'm definitely going to have to take a look at her without support as well, right? That's the only thing. I mean, Cooler is at a similar... Well, but Cooler had... Okay, yeah, but Cooler had, like, none of his good links active, whereas Bojack had a bunch of shit active, right? Although, Cooler does have Brutal Beatdown, right? So we have, what, Brutal Beatdown and Fierce Battle active for Cooler. But we did not have, like, a lot of his other stuff, Universal Most Malevolent, Big Bad Bosses, stuff like that. Well, similar to the way Bojack didn't have Big Bad Bosses. We'll see, we'll see. The battle between the two of them continues. Here's our friend Bojack. Why don't we just go ahead and transform? Let's just get, like, attack stats and transformation and stuff like that for Bojack as much as we can. You know, why not? Let's just go ahead and do it. So we'll go ahead and have this Bojack transform. I'm going to give the majority of these orbs to LR Turles, though. So we'll go ahead and do this. And this should finish our boy Bojack off. Even with a full STR rotation, he should be done. I don't know what percent this Bojack is. 55 or 69 or something like that. Let's see. 2.36 is not good. I assume he's not level 10 Lynx, right? Because, again, Bojack's been out for a day and a half as of the time I'm recording this. So, you know, without Big Bad Bosses active, multiple super attacks is good, though. That's where you really do start to do a decent amount of damage. I actually do like his super attack animation. When it zooms in on his face while he's laughing, I really like that part of the super attack. Because that scene is so iconic to me. Like Bojack is laughing, fires the blast at Gohan, and Gohan just stands there. And he, like, the smoke clears, and Gohan's just standing there like, okay. You're gonna attack Bojack? Like, oh my god. Like, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, it just doesn't get cooler than like, Kid Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, for real. Okay, oh, perfect. Actually, I'm gonna transform with Bojack right here. So this will be a rotation without support. So Zangya's not getting any support right here, which is good. If I put her in between, we'll be able to activate Shocking Speed from LR Bojack, right? Does LR Bojack have Shocking Speed? Maybe he doesn't. No, LR Bojack does not have Shocking Speed. Because Shocking Speed is the one in the bottom right. It's the long one with that dash towards the end. So she's just going to have the same couple of links with the Dokkan Fest Bojack. Okay, so this is Zangya with no support on rotation. 160k defense. Honestly, that's pretty good. With her lowering attack from her super attack, and then she also lowers enemy attack by 20% on her passive. That is a lot of debuffs she's applying. She does heal. She does have the additional as well, so, Let's see what attack stat she gets right here. Again, we have no support on rotation because we transformed with Bojack. So let's go ahead and see what Zangya does on this rotation without any support. And she gets up to 1.77. I think she's an okay option for the Space Traveling Warriors team. Like, if you really want to prioritize like Bojack, so like honestly, like this team build, I would say, like, you know, can I suck my own dick for a second and say that this team build is very good? I feel like this works really well for Bojack, right? Like, because every unit on this team is also on Terrifying Conquerors, so the two Turleses are supporting. Cooler's going to support the whole team if there's multiple enemies, but he's not supporting if there's just only one. Yeah, I mean, one thing I'll say, to me, the biggest impact, like this space traveling warrior category, to me, I am just having an absolute blast with the space traveling warrior category. Let's go ahead and check out Zangya on another team. The only thing is, it's tough with her, right? Because, like, we saw that rotation where she had 200k defense and stuff like that. I wish we could get that on Peppy Gals. Like, that would be nice, but we're not going to have a full space traveling warriors team over on Peppy Gals. So Zangya is limited in the team builds you can use for her, which is a little bit of a bummer, right? I mean, it's not really that big of a deal, but it definitely is at least a little bit of a bummer. So, all right, let's rock Zangya on another team build. We'll probably do Zangya under, like, a cooler team, but we'll see, we'll see. All right, so now we're going to jump in on a slightly different team here. We're going to take off a couple of space traveling warrior category units, because not the whole team, though. Because, I mean, you're just, again, if you're going to run, like, only Zangya as, like, a space traveling warrior or something like that, there's just no point in using her at that point, right? Like, pretty much. So, let's see what we're at right here. So, she has, wow, okay, I mean, so 3 units. Second Form Cell, AGL Metal Cooler, and the Physical Kid Buu are not space traveling warriors. So, that's 90% attack and defense she doesn't get, right? And she still is at 165k, but then again, this is with 2 50% supports here. You know, Cooler and Bojack are both giving 50%. There's Bojack over 200k now. Woo! Bojack, chill. That's pretty good. Here, let me attack. I guess we'll just go for Bujin right there. And we'll have Zangya hit him. Let's see what attacks that Zangya gets. Yeah, I am... As my Bojack is, like, steadily link leveling, I am liking the numbers I'm seeing out of him defensively. Again, offense... you know, people will get salty, but it's just like Bojack offensively is not on the level of Angel Golden Frieza and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the 2 most recent ones we've seen. I think Bojack should fairly easily be out damaging Tech Ultimate Gohan, right? But Tech Ultimate Gohan, I mean, he, as far as defense goes, he's just the king. That guard, greatly stacking with, what is it, like 130% defense at the start of turn he gets or whatever. He's just a defensive king. But Bojack's, like, probably a better mix of defense and offense than Gohan is, right? So if we look at the last, so what is this, like the last 4, right? Gohan is like all defense, sort of, kind of. Just bear with me for the sake of discussion, right? Gohan's like all defense. Then like Gogeta and Angel Golden Frieza, they're pushed way more towards offense, right? And then I think Bojack is kind of in between, I think, attack and defense. Angel Golden Frieza does do a lot though, right? He's got the defensive stacking, he has the attack lowering, he stuns. Like, that's the thing about Angel Golden Frieza is he's doing so much. It does actually make him a rather intriguing option. I really like Angel Golden Frieza. Honestly, I'm liking all these units. Like Bojack, the more I'm using Bojack, the more I'm liking him a lot. I really want to take Bojack into Super Battle Road, but quite honestly, it's literally pointless for me to take him into Super Battle Road before Big Bad Boss is at least level 10, right? Like, don't y'all agree? Like, there's no point in me taking Bojack into the difficult events before Big Bad Boss is level 10 at the bare minimum. It's just like, that's the hard, unfortunate truth about, we're going to keep Bojack from being untransformed here, but that's the hard truth about, like, these Big Bad Bosses units, right? You can't even show, like, with Big Bad Boss, you can't even showcase them until they're link level 10, like, but it could take weeks to get him to level 10, like, you know, as a content creator, you can't wait weeks to do the video on him, so, Zangya 155, I mean, we got Kid Buu, so again, we got Kid Buu's 50%, and then Bojack is giving, 30% right here. I mean, Zangya's putting up solid numbers. Again, I think she's fine. She's fine. You know, you're going to want to limit her to teams with almost all space traveling warriors. The good news is her and Bojack do work pretty well together. I mean, Hera Clan, Galactic Warriors, Revival, and Fierce Battle, you know, they have enough links to get it done for sure. And, you know, Zangya can, like, triple super attack. The problem, right, is that they did not awaken the Tech Bojack. Right now, in the Baba Shop, there's a Tech Bojack you can buy with incredible gems, and he's just an SSR. Had they awakened him and given him an immediate EZA like they did with that Krillin, and, I don't know, they made that Bojack actually good, then Zangya, I think, would be a real nice option for Extreme Tech, Extreme Super Battle Road. But she's going to need a Bojack with her to be able to do it, right? Because again, you look at Zangya, where she's lowering attack by 20% on her passive, she's healing 10% HP in her passive, but then she lowers attack on her super attack, right? And then she gets the additional that has a 25% chance of being a super. So, you know, you potentially could super 2 times with her. So she's doing the, 20% debuff on her super attack twice, then the 20% debuff on her passive. That's 3 separate 20% debuffs she's dropping down. And then, again, say that Tech Bojack, you know, they Dokkan Awaken him, they give him an EZA with incredible gems. Say he has, I don't know, 60% damage reduction when fighting, like, 3 or more enemies. Because, I mean, that would emulate what Bojack was doing in the movie, right? Where they're fighting all the Z fighters and shit like that. I mean, they should do that. Like, that would make Zangya and Bojack a real nice combo for Extreme Tech Extreme Super Battle Road, which is only one of the hardest stages in the game because there's no damn units to use, right? So I think it definitely would be a good idea for Dokkan to consider doing that, right? And that would make this Zangya a little bit more impressive because, again, she needs a Bojack. There is a Tech Bojack, but he doesn't awaken yet. It seems fairly obvious he is going to awaken, though, because they created the Baba Shop EZA medals and put them in the Baba Shop. But right now, only Krillin is EZAing with them. Obviously, a lot of those other units in the Baba Shop, like, again, probably that Bojack, maybe the Yamcha, the Tien, the Chaozu, they're probably all going to eventually EZA with that. So, all right, I feel like we got a good look at our girl Zangya. Let's go ahead and take a look at her details now. All right, so this is Evil Binding Zangya. Her leader skill is the Space Traveling Warriors category key 3 and 120% of stats. Again, because, I mean, she's so similar to the Cooler's Armored Squadron that came out last year, right? Not in the same time slot, however. This is, you know, the Android 13 time slot. Her super attack is the Sky Zapper. So that's what they call those little, like, wires that Bojack's minions use, right? Bujin, Zangya, and Beto, they use, like, those wires. Again, Gohan is just the king of everything. The way they shoot the wires on Gohan, and Gohan just walks through. He's like, whatever. I don't care. I don't care at all. I love Gohan so much. So Zangya's Sky Zapper does supreme damage and lowers enemy attack and defense. Again, that lowering attack on her super attack combined with the ability to super 2 or 3 times and the extra attack debuff on her passive is going to be very good. But again, the #1 spot I see that people are going to want this Zangya to be used is Extreme Tech Extreme Super Battle Road. But again, we need that Bojack to get an Awakening and an EZA from the Baba Shop first. But I could definitely see that happening. Who knows? I mean, maybe in like a part 2 for the celebration, it definitely could happen. So her passive is Galactic Warriors Loyalty, which is 30% attack and defense per Space Traveling Warriors category ally on the team. Honestly, I hate it. I hate it. I'm not a fan of that because, like, it's like, what is the purpose of this unit having all these categories and stuff like that when you're limiting them like that? Like, they could have just given her, I don't know, 150% attack and defense at the start of turn, and I think I would have liked her better because then she would have been a better option on, like, Peppy Gals. I think that would have worked a lot better, honestly. Then she also launches an additional attack that has a medium chance of being a super attack if there's an ally whose name includes Bojack attacking in the same turn. So remember, it's got to be the same turn, not the same team. That medium chance is a 25% chance, but, I mean, that's the same number that Bojack and Cooler have, so that's fine, right? Then she lowers attacked enemies' attack and defense by 20%, and she also recovers 10% HP at the start of turn. Now, I am a bit bummed that that 20% debuff is only for 1 turn, because, again, we've seen enemies lately do 2-turn debuffs with that type of attack-lowering passive. Angel Gold and Frieza, Supreme, Kai, and Kibito are 2 units that come to mind that do that. So that's a little bit of a bummer, right, that it's not 2 turns for that, because, again, like, if that's 2 turns, and then her super attack debuff is for 3 turns, she's going to leave a real lasting impact on the enemies that she's attacking, and that could be very good. But I don't know. It's bizarre to me because, like, you compare her to Boo Piccolo. Like, she's fodder to Boo Piccolo, right? Like, weird. It's weird. I don't know. Because, like, I guess it's because Boo Piccolo and Tien were released on 10-unit featured banners. I guess that's why, right? Zangya's just on a normal 7-unit banner. But then again, Kibito Kai and Supreme Kai are 10 times better than Zangya, I think. And they were released on a 7-unit banner as well. So, I don't know. It's like Zangya is old or something. I don't know. It's weird. Kind of weird. Her links are the Hera Clan, Galactic Warriors, Battlefield Diva, Brutal Beatdown, Revival, Shocking Speed, and Fierce Battle. So she does have good links. for Bojack himself. So I guess you could maybe make the argument that, like, who cares how good she is if she's just making the Bojacks better? I guess. Right? But, like, that's fun. No Bojacks have shocking speed, huh? For some reason, I was thinking that LR Bojack and the old T-Wars had shocking speed, but they don't. No Bojack units have shocking speed, but Zangya does. Okay. Shocking Speed is a good link to have, though, because, again, like, a lot of the coolers and stuff like that have got it, or at least Physical Final Form cooler, who's going to get his EZA soon. Brutal Beatdown is obviously a very good link that Bojack should have, right? I don't really know what makes them, like, that's one of those links that, like, I feel like they could just give to any villain that they want to, and they just sort of, like, pick and choose, right? Because it's like, that's like, you know, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, where he literally, like, every single link you could think of, like, Gogeta fits the description, right? Like, Saiyan Roar, prepared for battle. Like, you go through, like, every Saiyan link, and you could give any of them to Gogeta. It's just whatever they decide to give him, right? Brutal Beatdown's kind of like that, where they could give that, I feel like, to, like, pretty much any villain, right? She does have a good link set, though, because, again, she has the links to work with Bojack, but then she's also got Shocking Speed and Brutal Beatdown, which will really be good on, like, Time Travelers, Space Traveling Warriors, Terrifying Conquerors, Revived Warriors. Like, those are, like, the 4 teams you really could use her pretty easily. Unfortunately, Peppy Gals, where she's needed most, you know, you're not getting a lot of Space Traveling Warriors on Peppy Gals, unfortunately. So, you know, it is what it is. Although, they do have the Universe 2 fighters on there, right? I wonder if they put them, like Ribrianne and them, on there just because of Zangya. Yeah, because I guess you could do, well, you could do a 2... Actually, you could do nearly a full Space Traveling Warrior team for Peppy Gals, couldn't you? Because you could use, like, Int Ribrianne as your 2 leaders, right? Then Giant Ribrianne and Super Ribrianne, that's 3. Kakunsa and Rosie gets you up to 5. And then Zangya is 6. So yeah, you can actually do a full Space Traveling Warrior Peppy Gals team. You can. It's just basically the Universe 2 females with Zangya. Okay. Actually, that's interesting. I love that, actually. Okay. Maybe I'll take Zangya into Peppy Gal's Extreme Super Battle Road then. Because, I mean, if she's going to get the 210% attack and defense, it's going to be pretty good. I think Zangya is going to be a good option for that stage. I'm going to take her in there for sure. Because you could do that with the full Peppy Gal team. Yeah, we're going to do that for sure. Okay, I missed that at first. That you can do that. Okay, that's not bad. Her 12 key multiplier is 140%, typical that we see from these units. And then again, she's on a few different category teams right here. So of course, for starters, Space Traveling Warriors, a very, very good category team. I'm still a little bit salty that some units like Broly and Golden Frieza are not on here. Metal Cooler as well. How freaking stupid is it that Metal Cooler is not on here, dude? And Mecha Frieza? Ugh, God. But, you know, is King Cold on here? King Cold has to be on here, right? King Cold is not on here. Okay, sure. Whatever. Then, of course, she's also over here on Peppy Gals. Again, we're gonna take her and do Extreme Peppy Gals Super Battle Run. We're gonna see how well she fares, because we can get a full Space Traveling Warriors on there. Then she's also over here. What is this? Revived Warriors right here. Yeah, this is Revived Warriors. Another couple options added to the team. So Revived Warriors continues to get a lot of characters added to it, which is good. Revived Warriors is one of these teams where it's so wonky, right? Like this Gohan and this Bojack and like Super Saiyan 4 Bardock up there, and then like Darkness Toa have nothing in common with each other, right? So I love like a variety of units, and that's why just the more characters that come out for this team, the more variants of the team you can build, just the better overall, right? Then she's also over here on Time Travelers, so just another option for this team. She'll be a pretty good option for this team, I think, if you are going to decide to run Bojack, or one of the Bojacks on here. Although I would like Bojack is really good for Space Traveling Warriors, but he's not giving a support type buff to Time Travelers. I feel like if we had a Bojack or cooler leader with a Time Traveler support, that would be so good for this team. So hopefully we get that at some point. And then finally, she's on Terrifying Conquerors, one of the better villain categories that's gotten a lot of buffs recently, so that's super, super good. So let me know what you guys think of Zangya. I think she's okay. That's it. She's okay. Because I'm not a fan of the restrictive attack and defensive passive the way she's got. and we don't really have a great option, a Bojack option for her to work with Extreme Tech, but, I mean, at least Extreme Tech is getting new units, right? So, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.